Hey, hey, hey. Hi, everyone. Hi, David.
Hi,
How are you?
good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Uh, I'm super glad to have you here today, guys, because today La Growth Machine and Databar has setting up a great integration. And today we wanted to showcase how this powerful integration can help you doing a smarter outbound based on real intent, on a clean data, and on smart messages. So I'm Eloise. I'm working at like Growth Machine, which is a sales automation tool, a prospecting tool, multi-channel tool, LinkedIn, email, calls, and yeah, I run and co-host this kind of webinar with experts every week. And today I'm with David, CEO and growth growth expert, sorry, at Databar. And yeah, this is also a webinar to celebrate our integration today.
Yeah, really excited to be here. Thanks, Eloise, for setting it up.
Thank you. So, guys, you have a chat side button on the site, and don't hesitate to ask all your questions, all your challenges on Outbound. What are you facing with maybe segmentation, maybe could be workflows or copywriting messages. So yeah, just see this hour as a free hour with these experts, happy to help you and just take all the advantage of this webinar. Um, David, I know that you have some use cases you wanted to showcase, explaining how today we can maybe do smarter outbound without doing this spray and pray strategy, right? So I let you introduce yourself and also share the presentation.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for the introduction, Eloise, and it's really nice to have some. I see some familiar faces that have joined the call, as well as some new ones. So I'm really excited to meet everyone. So we set up our integration with LGM relatively recently, and today I want to share a bit about kind of our story at Databar and how we kind of see the future of outbound, the future of go-to-market in general. So Databar was born around 4 years ago, and over the years, we've built a very powerful data collection platform. You can kind of think of it as a spreadsheet or Google Sheet that's pre-connected to many different APIs and data sources, which allows you to build really smart and targeted outbound campaigns. So I think if anyone here hangs out a lot on LinkedIn, people can see that outbound is becoming more and more difficult. And the reason for that is that it's become more popular, right? Similar to investing, and when you invest in the stock market, any piece of information is only valuable while it's unique. And when everybody gets a piece of that information, then the alpha that you get from that data diminishes. And the similar thing has happened in outbound, where more and more people are getting access to emails, phone numbers, company data sets, lead lists. And as a result, all of our inboxes are getting filled with some really good messaging, but also a lot of spam.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think if we were to do like a raise of hands, then everybody would be raising their hand about how much spam they're getting in their inbox.
Yeah. I mean, we can even say you can just add +1 if you have weekly spam on a weekly basis.
Minutely, weekly, daily. But I think that there's nothing inherently wrong with outbound. At least we at DataBar, we believe that, there's always buyers in the market that are looking for a solution. Similar to like my wife, whenever she wants to buy something, she would just whisper it into her phone or like say it into her phone, hoping that the Instagram algorithm catches on and starts showing her the relevant ads. So I think that advertising and outbound inherently is not wrong. The targeting is really where a lot of people make the mistake. And the mission that we have at DataBar and what we're trying to accomplish is to provide go-to-market teams with accurate, actionable data that they can use to get to the right person at the right time with the right message. And once all three of those factors are in place, we actually see a lot of the conversion rates and response rates from outbound efforts grow pretty dramatically. So I actually have a short presentation. I can share my screen and go over it.
Yeah.
Should I go ahead, or do you want to add anything to this, Eloise?
No, we can go ahead. As I said, guys, don't hesitate to make this session super dynamic, asking question, interrupting us, and like don't be shy.
Yeah, if anyone has questions, we're here for you. So feel free to ask them, and we can take it in a different direction. Okay, so the presentation is going to be relatively short, and I'm going to try to focus more on a quick demo of the integration with LGM. I'm really excited by it. I think that the growth machine is extremely powerful, and together with Databar, I think that there's a lot that you can build out of it. So, a quick overview on why many outbound efforts fail. A lot of the time, money and time is spent on building lists that are not intent driven. So oftentimes people would go into like an Apollo or a list database and then find me like, hey, find me all of the operations managers at a startup that has raised a seed round and above. But in reality, within that category, there's a lot of companies that have either already acquired a solution in your space or are looking for one. And it's not very targeted. If you just go by demographics, then you often are ignoring the intent aspect of the customer that you're trying to target. Then the second part to that problem is the lack of communication between different tools. So you might get a list from one place, you would upload it into a Google Sheet for some cleaning, then you would upload it into an Instantly or Smart Lead or a LGM, and then you would send out your messages. And then these tools don't necessarily talk to each other. And then the last part is that you often do a lot of manual work as part of that. And as a result, you get relatively low reply rates. And that's why I'm excited by LGM in particular. I think there's a few outbound tools out there, but I think what's really, really cool about LGM relative to the others is that it's very interconnected with third-party platforms. And as a result, these tools can communicate with each other. You can ensure that any list that you sent out is cleaned up. It comes from verified sources, and it actually is tailored to whatever motion you're doing. So many teams, oftentimes when they run into this issue, so like you would go in, you would build a list, you would send it out, and then you see that your conversion rate is really low, you're not getting any responses. And many teams end up actually trying to solve this by buying more tools. So you would now just go out and find, a solution that you saw mentioned on LinkedIn. So now you have 15 tools instead of 10, but no actual fix to your outbound. You would hire more SDRs, hoping that volume will fix conversion rates, which in reality, volume doesn't necessarily fix conversion rates. It's a completely different metric. Or you would go out and buy more data and run more campaigns, which is also a volume solution to the problem. When in reality, where we think is really important is focusing on conversion, which does not have anything to do with volume. It's all about getting to the right person at the right time. And our approach to this challenge is through the spreadsheet-driven data platform. So what we do at Databar is we provide our customers with very relevant search tools. So you can find companies with intent, not only by demographics. You can qualify them to ensure that they actually fit your ICP and persona. You have agents, which can get those hard to get data sets. So you can have an agent go to a website or to a blog and find some interesting data points, which you can personalize on later. And it lets you find decision makers. Most importantly, where Databar is a kind of the data layer of these outbound processes, LGM is the execution layer. So we have this native integration right now with LGM, which allows customers to send any data sets, leads, potential accounts, prospects into their LGM instance. and then execute on that data and ensure that it actually gets delivered in the right time and in the right place. I'll take a quick break here to see if anyone has any questions.
So Hassan is asking how to find buying intent, but I think it's absolutely exactly what you will demo.
Yeah, so there is no single answer to that question,
Yeah,
but
which intent? Yeah.
yeah, exactly. I'll get to that in a second, but we'll cover this in more detail in minutes.
And guys, do you need some more details about what Databar is? Like we say, it's a data layer. It's a provider of a lot of data. We say LGM is a prospecting for the executing prospecting execution. But do you need more info, guys? Are you familiar with one of these tools or not? Just tell us also if you need more details about that, just to be sure you get what we are talking about. For example, Sushant asked, does Databar provide prospects LinkedIn profile as well?
Yeah, that is available for some of the data sources on Databar, and I'll get to that in a second also.
Yes.
I think the demo is when really people start to
Yeah,
see some of the use cases.
exactly.
Okay, now I just want to quickly glance over the key challenges that we're really excited to solve with LGM through this integration. So Databar has many use cases. A lot of our customers use Databar for inbound routing. So if you have somebody sign up on your website and you want to route them or segment them, but the challenges that we really are excited to solve, and those are also really, really big ones, is intent-driven list building and signal monitoring. So through this integration, customers can now build lists and monitor signals through both LGM and Databar, and they can personalize outbound through AI and real-time data, which drives intent. So one of the use cases, I think this is one that I'm actually going to show you in real time in a second, is a job monitor. I think that's one of the most basic intent-driven outbound campaigns, and one of the easiest to set up on an evergreen. If you're not familiar what an evergreen campaign is, it's essentially one that runs automatically without you having to go in and build lists from scratch. It monitors the web for specific signals. It checks if those companies fit your criteria, writes a personalized message, and then executes on that data and executes on that campaign. And it all happens automatically. So you can kind of think of it as setting up a Google ad and just having it run and show your advertisements and search results every time someone is interested in your product. But this is for cold email and cold outbound.
Perfect. Can you just show a little bit more the slide just before about the pain? Yeah, the challenges. Carlos asked, could I basically replace Clay with Databar?
Yeah, Clay is one of the alternatives to Databar. I think that there are some use cases that Clay solves better than us, and then there are some use cases that we solve better than them. It all depends on what you're trying to accomplish. But if there's anything specific, I'm happy to dig into the use case and
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, guys, if you have a specific use case you want to share with us, we can also have a more customized answer. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. Yes.
Should I keep going?
Yep.
Okay, great. And then quickly, just before we jump into the demo, some of that was, I think, the question about intent. So there are several, I think before you start doing any sort of outbound campaign, and I think I saw Tony from Mucker in our attendees list. I think Tony would confirm this, is that it's really important to understand the customer that you're trying to reach out to. So the segmentation and ICP work is key for any outbound campaign. And once you figure out kind of who it is you want to target and what kind of challenges they have and what kind of pains you can solve for them, that is when you start looking for the right intent and the right signals to actually reach out to them. So if you feel like, a job opening is, let's say you have a software agency Oftentimes, that a good signal for an agency would be job openings, right? The
Mm.
hypothesis being that a company is hiring a software engineer, and you as an agency, let's say a software development agency, can approach them and say, hey, don't hire this engineer. We're this agency. We give you full service support, and we can give you X amount better improvement in whatever it is you're trying to solve. Then that would be, one of the ways that you can approach it. But some of the signals that we offer are job changes. We have lead scoring through different data providers like tech stack, funding history, web visits. You can also look at mentions online, look at reviews that a company gets, as well as find lookalikes, investors, and just monitor news such as new hires, M&As, and some customers are even like monitoring security breaches, for example, if you're in cybersecurity. So the answer is very much a consulting answer, which is it depends. And once you've identified what kind of challenges you're trying to solve for your customers, then you can start looking for the right signals that come out of that.
Right.
All right. I think that's mostly it. I can jump right into the demo, and this is a code that we have. If anyone wants to try Databar, we have 40% off at checkout for all Databar plans, but I can share this over via text after the call. While I'm switching over, does anyone have any questions?
Not for the moment.
Okay. All right. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Wonderful. So I actually set up two examples of what you can do with the LGM and Databar integration. So in this case, we actually have that evergreen campaign that I was speaking about with job postings. For this, we use a data provider called TheirStack, and they have a really good data set, which is the search job postings data set. What's really special about this one is that it lets you search by job age, country, job title. You can filter by the company type, industry, and even look at metrics about the companies that are hiring. So let's say you want companies that are currently hiring accountants and you want them specifically to be accounting firms, then that kind of connector lets you do that, which is pretty rare.
David, I don't want to interrupt you, but maybe it could be. So we have a specific use case, the one of Carlos, and he tell us that he want to find unsatisfied customer of his competitors, scrapping maybe Google, Trustpilot, or other platform like Trustpilot, and then reach them like with La Growth Machine. Is that a use case that Databar can address?
So for Trustpilot, the way you would do it, I believe, is we have a data set which can search Trustpilot public data.
Or any further platform that can help see unsatisfied customer.
Yeah, so one way I would approach this is to get the Trustpilot reviews for a company that's provided through one of our data partners, Outscraper. And the way you would do it is you would input a list of company links into a spreadsheet, and then you would use the Trustpilot dataset to get the reviews for that. From there, I think it might be challenging to actually get the person who left the review. I don't know how public that data is. It's something that you would need to look into, but I'm happy to set up a time after this call and see if we can do it. And if it's legal, of course, to get this info.
Yeah, the challenge will be to enrich the data to have the LinkedIn profile and the email, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay.
Exactly.
Hassan, if you want to share with us your specific use case too, because he also asked is Clay preferable or Databar to use? So same answer, just share your use case.
Great. How do I open the chat? Actually, I'd love to see if there are any questions we can answer. Yeah, there we go. So while we're getting the response, I'm going to quickly run through this one example with the job postings. The mechanics are the same for all of the data sources on Databar, regardless of whether it's job postings, recent funding events, M&As. The mechanics are the same. You would set up a similar data source, put it on a schedule, so you can have it run on a daily or weekly basis, and then you would enrich it. So in this case, we have these job postings. I put it on a schedule just today, just to get me 10 job postings every day about all of the companies that are hiring someone in RevOps. The data provider themselves actually provide a pretty complete data set on the company. So they give you the website, a description, LinkedIn. We know the job seniority, the company industry, headcount, and so on. But what they don't provide is the emails. So that's where enrichments come in. And in this case, we're using hunter.io to find the emails of senior people in sales at these companies. And if we take a look at some of these emails, we can see, some of the info about them. So we can see sales engineer, enterprise account executive, vice president of sales at a company called Prophecy. And once we found these contacts, I actually want to, so if this one spreadsheet for me is like the company spreadsheet where I get all the open job postings, I want to have a separate spreadsheet with all the contacts at those companies so that I can then enrich them further. And for that, we have a JSON expander, which takes these contacts, creates a new spreadsheet with them. And from here, we can start working with the LGM integration. So one of the things that I would want to do before adding any lead into a campaign or into an audience is I would want to actually do a lookup in La Growth Machine. And for that, we have a dedicated enrichment, which I can give the email address of the person. I'll add this enrichment. And for every contact that we get in this list, it's actually going to go and check in La Growth Machine if this contact exists. So for this one, for example, no one's there. I haven't added any of these leads into my La Growth Machine account, so it's going to give us no data for everyone. And once that's done, we can send this data into our La Growth Machine instance. So the nice thing about our integration is that it's native. And when you click on the audiences, it actually automatically pulls in the audience that you have inside your LGM instance. And then you can map up all the data that you want to send in, like first name, last name, website, personalization, and so on. And once you install this exporter, we can run this and actually send this data into our La Growth Machine instance. Oh, I think I set it up incorrectly. Yeah, I didn't add any emails or any info, but let's actually set this up quickly now. Email address, update. There we go. So that's one example. If we can see here, so lead created and added to the audience. We added it to an existing audience. So if I go ahead and open up my LGM workspace, I'm going to switch this tab over in a second. Oh, here we go. So if I open up my list, I can see all of these leads inside my audience. If I open up this audience, you can see their email in here. Of course, we did it in a really, really simple way. We were only sent the email, but you can send in whatever data you want from Databar into your LGM instance. So that's one example. There's another one that I wanted to quickly show you, which is webhook automations. So if you have an end-to-end automation, Zapier or Make automation, and you work a lot with webhooks, you can actually send this data also into Databar through a webhook connector. So in this case, I have a webhook which monitors registrations. Then I take out the email address of the person who registered. In this case, I just did a random email address so that it didn't find anything. And from here, we run a waterfall enrichment, which looks up this person by their email address. In the case of Eloise, it found some data from a data provider called snob.io. And from here, we then send this data into our LGM instance. So if somebody registers, we can actually connect these long-standing webhooks to our LGM account and have this data happen in real time. Outside of that, but actually, I'm going to take a quick break. Is there any other
Yeah.
use cases?
Uh,
Yes.
yes. First question, will Databar be able to give a walkthrough of the tool? Do you guys have tutorials or maybe onboarding session?
Yeah, we have a YouTube channel and we have our docs, which go over all steps.
Perfect.
Yep.
Um, Simple question from Sumanova. Can I use Databar to scrap out decision makers that I already have in La Growth Machine? For context, data consists of nearly 100K leads.
So you're looking to import data from your La Growth Machine account, or what's the more exact use case?
Yeah, Sumanova, can you explain it? But Carlos also asked, can you give further example of intent besides of chat postings?
Yeah, of course. So the first question, importing data from La Growth Machine.
Yeah,
Very easy. Simply search for La Growth Machine, or click on the import data from your CRM button. It'll be there. And from here, you can import the leads from your La Growth Machine account, and you can import filters. So you can use filters to search for leads by their ID, emails, companies, and names. In the case of additional intent signals, we actually have a bunch. So I'll start off with the dedicated search tools. We have one data provider which is really good for e-commerce. It's called Stored Leads. This one lets you look for e-commerce stores with very, very specific filters. For example, one really cool filter that they have is technologies used, and you can actually monitor companies that recently installed a specific technology, and then similarly connect that to your LGM account. So you can, for example, check all companies that recently installed MailChimp. Um, Alternatively, you can use App Store data. You can search local businesses with Google Maps, Yelp, and dedicated data providers. Or for intent, you can look for news articles, M&As, funding rounds. So there's a pretty big list. I think we have over 100 different signals. So I'm not going to list them, but you're more than welcome to check out our connectors on Databar.
great. Yeah, there is a lot of different intents and data providers. Other question, does Databar also want import lead lists like CSV files? Then can it consolidate it with native leads lists? And three, help with segmentation, prioritize to outbound workflows like with the scoring tool.
Yeah, you can use, I think we just set up an integration with this AI agent builder tool called Octave, which allows you to deploy agents inside your Databar account. You can definitely import and drop in CSV files into your Databar instance. And if you have more than 50,000 records, then we don't have a limit on enrichments. So if you have like 100, 200,000 rows of data, then you can easily run that through Databar. For, I think, the agents and segmentation, one really powerful tool inside Databar, which you can use for that, is our AI researcher agent. So if you click on the enrichments, you can use a custom prompt. So you can use any model or have AI craft the prompt for you. You can use GPT or Claude, Gemini, Alternatively, you can use our AI researcher agent. So the AI researcher agent has real-time access to the web, and with it, you can essentially have it segment customers for you. We use this a lot internally. So when we try to do outreach to customers that have churned more than 2 months ago, then we use this a lot to ensure that any outreach that we do is relevant.
Mm. You asked, do you have a LinkedIn profile and company scrapper?
We have a data provider that provides public LinkedIn data. I think I need to double check it, yeah, but we do have a connector which allows you to get public company data from LinkedIn.
What we can do also, it's to use La Growth Machine to import any people who likes, comment any post. It could be yours, could be your competitor's one. It also works with people who register to a LinkedIn event. And it could also be your extract all your follower company page, and then you can personalize your message. Also about messaging, David, because this is one of our use case. How do you use this data to customize all your messages?
Yeah, so I think when you craft your ChatGPT prompt or your OpenAI prompt for crafting messages, you can feed real-time data into it, um, or you can just send the data sets that you want to personalize based off of directly into your LGM instance, and then personalize from there. But I think that one of the key things for personalization is having real actionable data. If you just tell, OpenAI, hey, I want to reach out to Eloise, personalize a message for her, it's not going to give you really good results, especially not at scale. So where Databar, LGM, and personalization play a big role is when you use the data providers or dedicated data sources to first get all the data and information that you can about a potential prospect, feed that into your OpenAI prompt, and then from there, it's going to give you a really good opener or a really good body message, which you can use in your outbound.
Um, Maybe I don't know if you have a La Growth Machine in your tab that is open, but maybe we can demo how you pass the data, the leads through La Growth Machine.
Yeah, how you send data into your
Yeah, into your sequencer or your audience lists.
yeah, of course. So some of and this is a brand new connector on our site. So if we're missing anything, we're more than open for feedback. So if there's any particular endpoints or connectors that you want to see, we're more than happy to add them. So I'll actually build a table from scratch for this example. And what kind of data should we pass in? What should we use for this example?
So yeah, it could be a company link name. I don't know if you have email address and LinkedIn profile URL.
Okay. And
Question from Sushantan, but more for me about the risk using automating outbound tool with LinkedIn. So yeah, safety is really our priority at La Growth Machine. I just send you in the chat a page that is explain how LinkedIn can, how La Growth Machine can provide you a safe tool, how it is it built to guarantee that you'll be safe. Or it's super important also for agencies, right? Because they have a lot of clients and they want their client to be safe when they prospect. So yeah, what are the intent you use, both LGM and Databar, to target leads interested in your respective products? I mean, it could be a lot of things. I do like social media intents. could be social listening, like with tools like Busca. Um, but it could also be, like I said, scrapping all the interaction on LinkedIn. You can scrap intent from people who comment or likes any post of your niche, of your competitors, or also you can build um, lead magnets and build your trust your profile with inbound and give people lead magnets saying you can comment my post and I'll give you the lead magnet. All these guys are super qualified leads that you can also then um, reach out and send a message giving the lead magnet, but also starting a conversation.
Just adding to this, we've actually seen a few pretty cool use cases of creating like an information bubble around a prospect where people would look at what kind of influencers and accounts people are following or engaging with on social media. And then they would automatically monitor those influencers, reach out to them, and then sponsor a post. So essentially, you're speaking to that prospect through the influencers that they follow, and it's extremely targeted because you know actually who they tend to engage with, and it basically feeds into your decisions on who to sponsor and what kind of posts you want to work with.
Mm, great. Um, any other question? Not for the moment. Mm. So I don't know if you already know La Grosse Machine, but I can showcase what it looked like too. Here we go. So here are all the different campaign. You have the reports, you have the leads. So when somebody will go in an audience, it could be here, for example, and it could be like audience from Databar. And then when you start to build your campaign, for example, create campaign, you or have different different sequence on our catalog that you can test, or you can build your campaign from scratch, right? Um, like this one, I do like, or because it has voice message on LinkedIn. I really like this kind of follow up, and also good way to engage on LinkedIn. I think it's to send message, but not the big block that like just feels so automated. So we have a chat mode feature that can split a big text in different short messages. It's more notification. It's less automated. Like it mimics humans' behavior, and yeah, for me, it's really a good way to engage on LinkedIn. And then 3 days after, why not sending a little voice note? Um, on this one, there is no social warming, but you also can add social warming steps like posts, follow, follow the lead, or just maybe visit profile, so that you can just become more familiar in the notification even before contacting the leads. You wanted to add something?
Yeah, I think this is actually really cool. So for the voice notes, how would you attach it inside the growth machine? Can you pre-attach a voice note that you want to send, or how would you actually do that?
So it's a LinkedIn DM. So in your voice, if I do that, create campaign, for example. So in this block, you will just and register your voice here.
Mhm.
And if you want to personalize it, you can, like here, I'm recording the message saying I don't know if you saw my message, but I think the lead magnet I built for you could be super interesting. And I do provide this kind of advices and best practice every week on my LinkedIn profile. Okay, and then you save this. And if you want to personalize it, let me check. You can, yeah, here we go. You can just add a hey first name, and the message you just recorded is the source that can help the tool to like clone your voice, saying, "Hey, Marcus, I didn't know. I don't know if you saw my message, but blah blah blah." And every introduction are personalized with this little hey Marcus, hey David, hey Jan. So that's pretty good, but it's facultative. I mean, you can just, if you don't want this little cloning tool, you can just say hi. I don't know if you saw my last message, but it's quite anonymous, but it works. And I do have the best scripts of our customers. I can give that to the audience. I took the best voice that gives more than 25 reply, and it works well. Oh,
Sorry about that.
no problem. Um, yes, voice notes are working much better than text now. You don't happen to have video message too, do you? We do have an integration with SenseSpark and also Weasley. So yeah, add you can add video prospecting. I mean, video in your email through Weasley and SenseSpark, because we do have an integration. And LinkedIn voice. Let me check the script. Here we go. They are here. Um, any other question on Databar or Lagrange machine? As I said, we are um, a multi-channel tool. So what is important is that also you have the inbox, which is like really unified. So you will have all the reply on this on the same place, right? What can I
Quick,
showcase?
quick note, I think we originally got in touch with you, Eloise, through one of your cold messages. And I think that actually speaks to how good the system is, that it has resulted in this call and integration, which I'm really excited about. Like, I've been meaning to reach out to you for a while.
Yeah.
And I saw this message, I was like, oh, that's good timing.
Perfect. Here we go. Here, the LinkedIn voice message scripts if you want guys to test it. Um, and yeah, if you want to test La Growth Machine, we have this little special link that I can promote here on stage that you can use, right? But I think, David, you also have a little promo code if you want guys to test the Databar.
Yeah, we have a promo code for 40 off. We have a free plan actually on Databar, and so like if you sign up just on our website, databar.ai, you can get free access. And we also have a free trial on our launch plan. But if you ever need to buy one of our higher tier plans, we have a 40% off discount. Please don't share it outside of this call, because we don't do 40% off discounts on Databar. Usually it's like 15, 20% maximum,
Wow.
but this code is a special one. So I'm going to paste it in the
The chat.
chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then if you ever have any questions or want to get in touch, please connect with me on LinkedIn. Send me an email. I'm going to also paste my email in the chat so that anyone can just message me.
Great.
And yeah.
Perfect. Any question? I don't know, David, if you wanted to showcase something else before. Yeah.
I think we gave a pretty good overview. If there's anything in particular that you'll want to see, we can keep the chat open for like a few
Yeah,
seconds to see if there's a use case people want to see.
yeah, exactly.
Also happy to chat with anyone after the call and see set up the integration with LGM natively.
Yeah, sometimes after this kind of session, people ask me, do you provide as like a follow-up service to implement it? So at Like Growth Machine, we do have super super easy onboarding to follow step by step to implement your first campaign. But I think somebody like someone like David can also help you guys to use it. We do have, of course, our support team, and also we do have product tour. Like I say, you can just sign up to the next product tour, which is there, I think. Onboarding session, how is called, and of course we do have also a help center with a lot of docs. Like Growth Machine product tour. There we go. Do you integrate with Folk CRM? Yeah. So Databar does, and Allegros Machine also does with a specific webbook, but we do have this integration.
Yeah, we do too.
To have the playbook, the webbook.
No, we have I think we have a native integration with.
Native integration. Yeah, with Folk and Atio, right?
Yeah. Um,
I like Folk. I use it personally every day.
Yeah, we just started with ADIO. We didn't end up testing Folk for whatever reason. And after we started playing around with these like new gen CRMs, like we have to have really good integrations with them. So we made a big push to have really good integrations with the CRMs. They're great.
Yeah. We have a question about mention. Here we go. And I'm already on the playbook because we have this perfect playbook. So yes, Carlos, you want to identify people using a keyword on LinkedIn, export these contacts, categorize them through your CRM. After identifying who match with your ICP, then I want to send them messages. Yes, so I think you can use Databar. Maybe, I mean, I know that Busca can, like, it's a social listening tool that we have an integration, and it's super efficient to browse this LinkedIn keyword. I don't know, Databar, if you do have this kind of intent, and then you can super easily export these contacts, categorize them, and then reach out to them.
Yeah, I actually think we do. We do have social listening, a lot of social listening tools, and more than happy to set up something custom for the keywords that you want to monitor.
That's great. I think that a bar cover all the intents we have in mind, we can imagine.
Yeah, there's a lot. And I think with AI, especially with the AI researcher agent, if there's no data provider that covers a piece of intent that you wanna look at, the researcher agent is really good for that. I also have one thing that I think is pretty cool. I'm going to a few conferences. If anyone here is coming to SaaStr London or Web Summit, please ping me. I would love to meet in person. But a pretty cool tool for conferences is our Chrome extension. It's completely free, and what it lets you do is, if you're going to an event, you can simply use the Chrome extension. So like in the Y Combinator, for example, directory. Let me just set up the, I don't think I have it enabled right now because we were doing an update. There we go. So with the Chrome extension, you can very quickly get everyone who's attending and then use that for outreach. For example, in the case of Y Combinator, in this list, was it not? Did I do the wrong thing? Yeah, I think I did the wrong thing. I need to use the other one. This is the testing one. Second. Okay, I'll just send a video afterwards. I don't want to take up people's time. But I'll send a video afterwards on how it works, but it lets you export all of the attendees and then use that list to outreach on LinkedIn or to build like a custom cadence through like with Machine.
Great. Carlos says, in regards of Web Summit, can you, for example, scrap the app, identify like investor or customers, categorize them, enrich the data and send connections, email?
Yes, so check the chat. Yes, so that's one example. You would use the Chrome extension. The only thing is it doesn't work with mobile apps. It only works with web-based UIs. So if Web Summit provides a web-based UI for the conference, then it's quite easy to do. And then you can basically get those names, search for those people on social media using an enrichment, categorize them with AI, and then send out your message through LGM.
Perfect. Okay. Any other question? I think no. Thank you very much, David, for this demo. Oh, Camillo, last minute. Is there any info pages links on how to price offerings? Info page links on how to, yeah, I mean, are you asking on the pricing of both tools, Camilo? Here is our pricing page, Databar. I guess they have the same. So, for example, do you still have people with getting leads and setting up an email sequence? I'm building recruiter staffing agency and need help setting up an effective sales sequence. I gotta get rid of it. Do you still help people with getting leads? So what's your question, Camilo? So, and we also have agency plan. So if you are an agency, you can also have a dedicated call with our client partners. Yeah. Okay, all good. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you, David, for this insightful session, this demo. And yeah, I think we can just we can more get how data is important to customize the sequence, customize the copywriting, to be sure that we address and not spam the people we want to reach out. And thank you very much, David, for this session. Super happy to have you here.
Thank you for having me, Eloise, and thank you to everyone for joining in. And
yeah, and for asking question also to take it more interactive. Can we get a copy if this chat? So they will have a recording of this session. This session will be shared here in the playground, which is our community platform. So if you want to help each other on your strategies, on your copywritings, on your segmentation with intent, etc., you can also join the playground, which is a free community and open to all the sales and go-to-market professionals and CEOs, also the first sales. So yes, just go to the playground. You have a space dedicated to the worldwide with a knowledge base, and inside this knowledge base you have all the recording and the replays of this kind of webinars. Just let me extract the recording and put it on the playground, but by tomorrow you will have it.
I'd love to join
Okay.
the playground and be part of
Yeah,
this community. Sounds really
yeah.
cool.
Thank you. It's like a forum. It's like a vintage forum from the 80s. It's a geek forum, like not geek because it's sales and geeks and go to market and everyone is here together. But I do like this kind of vintage vibe. I designed. Um. Okay. Yeah, you bunch of geeks, right? Um, Thank you guys and see you on the next session. I have a next session on the 4th of November with Charlie Ills, more about how to create content on LinkedIn and then use Outbound to reach out your LinkedIn audience. So it's more about all bound, like inbound and outbound, creating content thanks to AI for your personal branding and personal um, content creation, but mixed with the outbound funnel. So if you want to join, guys, it's here on the live storm like growth machine. Here we go. You have the next sessions here. If I don't, yeah. And don't hesitate to use the link that we provided to use Lagros Machine for free during 1 month. Test your first campaign. Also use the special and secret code that we talked about before in the chat to use Databar with a great discount. Thank you, guys. Have a good day. Have a good night, regarding where you are in the world. Thank you very much, David, and see you in a while.
Thank you, Louise.
Bye.
Bye.